All right, the analysis is done. The data has been crunched and the model has spoken. This is the moment of truth where we put our analysis on the line and make the official call for every single fight on this weekend's stacked UFC 323 card. This is the model's official picks. Let's get into it. We're starting with the main event for the bantamweight throne, Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan. The model is picking Merab Dvalishvili. Merab's path to victory is a masterclass in weaponized cardio. He'll look to replicate the game plan from their first fight, where he attempted a record 49 takedowns, not necessarily to finish them all, but to force Yan into a constant state of reaction. We expect him to suffocate Yan with volume and pace, mixing his much-improved striking with relentless chain wrestling. This time, however, he'll be actively hunting for the submission he has promised. The roadblock for Merab is Yan's elite technical striking and his own potential for burnout. Yan has to make a massive adjustment from their first meeting. He can't afford to download data. He must punish every single one of Merab's entries with sharp counters and damaging calf kicks to slow the machine down. If he can cut the takedown attempts in half, he gives himself a fighting chance. But the question remains if even that will be enough against this new, more dangerous version of the machine. Next, the co-main event for the flyweight title, Alexandre Pantoja versus Joshua Van. This is a tough one, but the model is cautiously siding with the champion, Alexandre Pantoja. Pantoja's advantage is his world-class grappling and finishing ability. He's a true cannibal on the mat. His path is to walk through Van's fire, force a clinch, drag this fight into the scrambles where he thrives, and find a home for that rear naked choke. He cannot allow this to become a 5-round kickboxing match. Van's opportunity is clear. His record-setting striking volume is the great equalizer. He lands an absurd 8.86 significant strikes per minute. His path is to use his 81% takedown defense to keep the fight standing, attack Pantoja's body to drain his gas tank, and overwhelm him with combinations in the later rounds. If Pantoja can't get this to the ground early, he could be in for a long, painful night. Now for a fascinating flyweight clash, Brandon Moreno versus Tatsuro Taira. The model is picking the rising contender, Tatsuro Taira. Taira's path is singular and deadly. Get this fight to the ground. He's a submission specialist with an elite backpack style. Moreno has been taken down in 9 of his last 10 fights. And in a 3-round fight, Taira only needs 1 or 2 dominant grappling sequences to either win the rounds or find a submission. The obstacle is, of course, Brandon Moreno himself. The man is an anti-grappling system. He's never been submitted in the UFC and thrives in the exact chaos Taira needs to create. If Moreno can use his superior boxing to keep this standing and immediately scramble back to his feet if taken down, he can absolutely outpoint the young phenom. This is a brilliant test. Next up, the legend's potential last ride, Henry Cejudo versus Peyton Talbott. The model is siding with youth and momentum, picking Peyton Talbott. Talbott has massive physical advantages. He's younger, 6 inches taller, and has a significant reach advantage. His path is to keep this a striking match, using his length to snipe Cejudo from the outside while using his improved scramble game to deny the wrestling. Cejudo's path is a trip back in time. He has to put the singlet back on and commit to a relentless wrestling game plan, exploiting the weakness Talbott showed against Raoni Barcelos. If he tries to have a kickboxing match with a younger, bigger, faster striker, it could be a short, difficult night for the legend. That's 4 of the 5 main card fights. This last one is a banger. Jon Blachowicz versus Bogdan Guskov. The model is taking a risk on the underdog here, picking Bogdan Guskov. This pick is a bet on youth and power against age and inactivity. Guskov is a kill-or-be-killed finisher who starts incredibly fast. His path is to blitz the 42-year-old former champion immediately, using his speed to find a chin that may be deteriorating. The path for Blachowicz is clear: survive the first round. If he can weather that initial storm, his technical superiority and underrated wrestling give him a massive advantage over an opponent who has struggled on the ground. But surviving that first round against a freight train like Guskov is a huge ask for a fighter on a winless skid. An incredible main card, but the prelims are just as fascinating. Let's run through them. Marvin Vettori versus Bruno Ferreira. This is a true unstoppable force meets an immovable object scenario. You have Ferreira's 100% finish rate against Vettori's legendary granite chin. In this classic clash, the model is siding with the immovable object, picking Marvin Vettori. Vettori's path to victory is to do what he does best: be a human fire hydrant with a gas tank for days. He has to survive the early, explosive storm from Ferreira, who is known to have about 2 minutes of effective cardio before he starts to fade. Once Ferreira slows down, Vettori can use his high-volume pressure, zombie forward movement, and underrated grappling to drown him in deep waters. The roadblock here is a big one. Vettori has taken a career's worth of damage, especially in that war with Jared Cannonier, and some believe his chin might finally be cracking. If he relies too heavily on blocking punches with his face, Ferreira absolutely has the nuclear power to be the first man to ever turn his lights out. But until that happens, the model has to trust the proven, legendary durability to outlast the explosive, but limited gas tank. Barber versus Silva. Barber is returning from a long, health-related layoff. Silva is a first-round killer. The model favors the proven durability and cardio of Barber to survive the early danger and take over late. Edson Barboza versus Jalen Turner. This is a race against time. The model picks Jalen Turner, betting that his massive length and death touch power will be too much for the aging legend before Barboza's leg kicks can take effect. Sadykhov versus Ziam. A classic dogfight versus sniper matchup. The model is siding with the pressure and grit of the underdog, Sadykhov, to make this fight ugly and break Ziam's rhythm. Grant Dawson versus Manuel Torres, the ultimate clash of styles. The model picks Grant Dawson to survive the chaotic first round and implement his suffocating, human backpack style for a submission or dominant decision. Terrence McKinney versus Chris Duncan, the hare versus the tortoise. The model favors the tortoise here, picking the durable Chris Duncan to weather the initial nuclear assault and take over once McKinney's gas tank empties. Ibo Aslan versus Iwo Baraniewski. The model is picking the debuting judo champion, Iwo Baraniewski, to exploit Aslan's massive grappling deficiencies for a finish on the mat. Mansur Abdul Malik versus Antonio Trocoli. This is a showcase fight. The model picks the massive favorite, Mansur Abdul Malik, to get a highlight reel finish. Muhammad Naimov versus Myron Santos. And in the opener, the model favors the cleaner, more technical striker, picking Myron Santos to win a decision. So there you have it, the model's official picks for every single fight. A lot of fascinating matchups and some very tough calls. Now I want your take. Which prediction do you think is a lock? And which one are you confident the model got completely wrong? Let me know your analysis in the comments.